Hey Murasa, welcome back.
Hello, Charles. How are you?
Good, thank you. Glad to see you all again for another edition of the
Same here.
Respect elections. We have this opportunity to see each other once a month, so very glad to have a chance like this once a month to see all of you.
Yeah, it's really exciting for me all the time because it's a position where we're allowed to see each and everyone in the team. So, yeah, that's really great.
Yeah, it's a really good chance to everyone. Hi, Sebastian.
Hey there. Can you hear me all right?
Perfect. It's
Wonderful.
fine. And yeah, we'll wait for everyone to a quick presentation like always. And well, after the election, we'll go over the accounting again in case anyone has questions. We have some new members from the last time, so we'll see if everything is clear for them. Summarize all the accounting work again, just in case. Hey Terry. Hey Josh.
Hello, Bishop.
Good to see you. Hope you're all doing good today. Okay. So 25 more minutes to go before the elections.
It's like very cold in Germany right now.
Oh, it's cold everywhere. We have some sun here in France, but yeah, weather is just as cold. Germany is worse, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it seems like it's hot over at Murasas. Quite all right.
Yeah.
Lucky one. Lucky you. All right.
Yeah, now it look quite professional.
It's damn fine. It's all right. All right. So yeah, we have some new pitches on the Monday board. We have Dario and Marcus competing for the EOS Support affiliated projects. So donating to other projects affiliated with EOS Support so far on Pomelo, if they receive funding. We can see Jesse Jaff on the pitches as well, donating to the bees, swarms. Nicolas Davoine, again, for the EOS bees. And Shuang Yang donating to himself for distributing the tweets of EOS Support to the WeChat groups. Very important work for the Chinese community. Nice. All right. Will you be competing today, Sebastian Murasar? Presenting a project, supporting a project in specific? Just voting?
Mainly just voting. I have a pitch on Pomelo, but yeah, I don't know.
No negative from my side. I'm not competing. I'm just here for what.
It's okay.
I will present my pitch though, so maybe.
But
I didn't
prepare anything.
Exactly. I didn't put in the what does it say? On Notion, like report your work or present your pitch 24 hours before the election, like that. I did not do so.
Well, that's all right. You don't have to. presenting your pitches on the Monday board with it's just for people who don't speak very good English, maybe to have the pitches right there, just in case they have trouble presenting it. They have a chance to go check it out right there. But it's optional. You can just present it directly to the EOS Respect elections. We just put the pitches on the Monday board as well, just to make sure that those who don't speak very good English have a chance to write it down, so all the people voting for him can just check it out there.
I see.
Just in case.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Hi, Giancarlo. Rich Johnson, Veronica. Welcome to
Morning,
the
guys. Nice
Morning.
to meet you.
Doing fine, thank you. It's a good day to see each other again.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
Hi, Max.
Hi, Bishop.
Okay, so we wait for 10 minutes still. Wait for some more people to join, do the presentation. We have the elections as always. And after the elections, we will take some time for all the new members that we have from EOS Respect to go over the accounting again. Make sure everyone knows how to report their work of their projects on the Monday board. We'll see how the election goes. Again, to summarize, for this election, we'll also be creating our Zoom rooms ourselves. So once we know with which members we are, again, just like the last time, everyone will create its Zoom link for the rooms. Just post the group number and the Zoom link afterwards in the Slack chat. Just like the last time. I'll say it again for everyone just before the election starts. Okay. Right. So if you have any trouble during the elections, if you encounter resources problems, anything, go check the Slack guide that we have. There we have also a Notion page with the troubleshooting guide for any problem you have during the elections. So make sure to check again the post on Slack. It has very interesting and useful resources for these elections. All right. Tell us, Sebastian, what is your pitch about on Pomelo? What have you been working on?
Yeah, I want to do like educational videos on some of the articles we wrote. So yeah, like just a video explanation in English and German with a friend of mine, and yeah, maybe if they are good enough, we can attach them to the articles.
Oh, that's nice. Nice summary of the articles would be very useful. I mean, just in a minute, 2 minutes, just
exactly
summarizing everything. Yeah, video content is the future. Yeah.
Right, and then like 2 videos a week. So like how to use Anchor or how to set up like your keys and how to trade on Udex or yeah.
Do you plan to have a nice background and everything? How are you planning to film the videos? Do you plan to have a nice background, everything?
Yeah, of course. I use Linux right now, like Ubuntu, so I can't adjust my background.
Nice, very nice. Oh, very good idea. More video content is always useful. You can post it to TikTok afterwards, everywhere, social media, everywhere.
Yeah.
And people can just discover everything about EOS support and EOS very easily. Yeah. But we need more video content. That's definitely a thing within the community. So yeah, sure, go pitch it on the EOS Respect elections. That's a public good for everyone. Right. Okay. And we have the Pomelo donation starting in 2 days. Just 2 days from now. We'll be creating a collection for the EOS support affiliated projects also. So all the projects that have been participating in EOS Respect that are already affiliated with EOS support, we'll do a full collection with everyone. That's a very nice addition they've made for this 4th season. We have the ability to have a full collection of all the vetted projects, all the projects that have been transparent about the accounting, about the reporting, everyone that's been participating in EOS Respect, everyone together in a nice collection for this 4th season in Pomelo. That's going to be perfect. Will you be creating a collection yourself, maybe? You want to, is anyone here going to create a collection? Maybe of only GameFi projects, all the projects they love, and something specific?
I would probably do one, but I haven't looked at all the projects yet. I saw that like Violet Garden is going live on EOS.
Yeah, nice.
And that's one of my favorite.
I hadn't heard in a while from them.
Yeah.
Nice to see they're still around.
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I'd very much like to see collections about the specific communities of EOS. Maybe someone from the Chinese community could do a collection of all the Chinese projects that we want to support. Vietnamese, South American.
Yeah.
Be nice to have collections for specific communities so we can better see the overall people working in different parts of the world. Indeed. Violet Garden going public. Nice.
Hello, everyone. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Sebastian.
Hey, Taran. Welcome. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good to see you. All right. So we have 10 minutes left before the election starts. Again, you have the Slack post that we have. There's several guides on there for troubleshooting. If you have problems during the election, you can go check the article. If you have any problem at all, anytime. And also, of course, as always, if you have any problem during the elections, just post it on the Slack channel. We are ready to answer and help each other. And yeah, among the important information again, well, just as the last election, we'll be creating our own Zoom links again. So once we know with whom we are in the election rooms, one of you, the first one that wants to do it, you just post on the Slack channel, I'm creating the Zoom link, and post the Zoom link for everyone. Don't forget to record. And after that, all good. No, I'm seeing your Pomelo Grant, Sebastian.
Yeah.
That's one. Oh, we have a little button there. Add to collection. Nice. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, and for this next season of Pomelo, if you're donating to projects that are presented during these elections, remember also always to use your trust bonus on Pomelo. So if you have a passport, you can use the port to link that passport to the trust bonus on Pomelo. You can use SMS verification, Discord, Apple, Google, GitHub, and Weibo also. So it increases your bonus and donations to the projects that you want to donate to. So always remember to do that if you can. They have a new trust bonus verification for this season, which is SMS. So remember to add this one as well for this next season. It's always best. Giving more donations to the projects that are on Let's Respect Elections today. Okay. Is someone here like Sebastian going to have its own project on Pomelo for this season? I guess Veronica with EOS News. Anyone else participating directly on Pomelo?
Yeah, I also participate Pomelo
Yeah,
in this
Jim.
season. Yeah. Hi guys.
Hey there.
Hey. There. Glad to see you on camera.
Yeah. So yeah, we put to just 6 minutes, but I think 28 people participate in this election, right?
Going to post the link to the community room again, just in case.
Okay.
Yeah, I was talking about the trust bonus on Pomelo earlier, also about Port, where we've had the creator of Port recently join us Suspect as well. We have Luca Peric, has joined EOS Respect. We've also seen recently the Nova Crypto, Patrick, joining EOS Respect. Sadly, we have from the attendance speech that they weren't available to participate today. But it's nice to see more people from the community joining our little elections. Also means that we have more projects affiliated with EOS Support, slowly but surely. Very nice. Can't wait to see who's next to join EOS Respect elections. And yeah, as always, I want to thank every one of you for being here, participating in the elections. Also, after the elections, it serves as a nice way to see each other once a month for all EOS Respect members and EOS Support participants. Very nice. So thank you all for being here. Also, I'm sure many of you have talked about EOS Respect in the chat about EOS. So thank you to all for bringing more people here. Also, making sure that we have even more people joining EOS Respect. So yeah, I want to thank every one of you, but also the wider EOS community, but also the ENF, which has also done a great job at giving shoutouts to Respect. So they've sent many people our way and told many good things about EOS Respect we're doing here. So can't wait to see it grow even further. Thanks to them and thanks to all of you. Hey, Nicolas, this is Jeff, all the new people joining. Sukanta.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Sukanta. Glad to see you here.
Hello.
Hey, Peter.
Hey there.
All right, 1 minute to go.
Just a moment, I will switch our light off.
Yeah. 20 seconds to go. Oh, what's that? Yeah, as you've seen in the EOS Respect website, we are starting to modify the original EOS Respect and EOS Eden DAO EOS tool. So we can see that we've been creating new tabs, event, projects, making sure that EOS Respect is unique and uniquely tailored to the needs we have here at EOS Respect, showing the projects, the events of the community and everything. So we're slowly working on it. And soon the elections will start. 5 minutes to go. The countdown has ended. Hey, Marcus.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, just
Yes.
fine.
Awesome, great. We got snow today, like a lot.
Yeah, it was a point of discussion today, how cold we are in Europe right now.
It's crazy, like it just dropped in, and sometimes we have problems with the internet, but it seems to work now.
Yeah, same here. Like,
Yeah, same
twice-
here. Yeah.
yeah. I think everybody does home office today.
Totally chaos outside.
Yeah.
Well, good you're still here. Anyway, you managed. So yeah, the elections will start very soon. So again, all you have to do for this election, just as the last time, you have to create your own Zoom links. Don't click on the Zoom link creation tool we have on EOS Respect. Once you know in which room you are, just create one for your team and your people in your breakout room and share it with them on the Slack board. That's all. After the elections, we'll come back here to have a chance to share. Just like once a month we have this election, it's also an opportunity to talk to each other, see how everyone is going at EOS Support. It's a nice chance to gather up with everyone and share on the progress we make individually and together as a team.
Okay.
And also, if anyone needs help with the accounting, we also go over how you can do the accounting and report on your projects that you have for the Respect elections on the Monday board. And we have the groups. All right.
Yeah.
So again, don't sign in with Zoom, just see with whom you are and create the Zoom link for everyone.
Can someone put this Slack link in the chat, please?
We have signed in with group 2. That's already created. What was the question? Sorry.
The Slack link.
Jesse, I posted the link of your group in the chat.
Okay, thanks.
真的人都查了，真的对啊。唉。
Okay, I'll be creating the Zoom link for my group.
Okay.
还是有希望，玩一下。
All right, I'll go to create the link and we'll see each other after the elections. So we'll see each other again. Once you finish with your room, you can just go back to the community room here. All right, see you everyone. All right, welcome back everyone to the community room. We have reached consensus in our group.
Hi, Bishop.
Hey there.
How you doing, Willow?
How are you doing, Willow?
Good, and you?
Yeah, fine. Very good. Very glad to see you all again.
Yeah,
We have a chance once a month to see each other, see how things are going, and also have these elections. A very nice opportunity to see again many different people from the support community, like yourself.
Thanks. So, I guess you're in Jesse's group, right?
Sorry?
You were in Jesse's group.
No, I was in the group with Terry and Giancarlo Veronica.
Okay, who did you guys choose over there?
And we choose Terry. So Terry is going to be helping a lot, donating to EOS Support affiliated projects, and also to the projects of Veronica and Giancarlo. So he presented himself at the last elections as well. And yeah, he had a group project for this one. So donating to different projects and to EOS Support affiliated projects. Many people decide to do that in EOS Respect elections, which is very simple. You don't have to have your own project that you want to fund on Pomelo. You can just be taking the donations of EOS Respect and donating to different projects on Pomelo, just making sure that they report on the work they do, report on the projects afterwards. So it helps a lot. And take a small percentage of the donations on Pomelo to pay yourself for helping report the work. That's very common now on the Respect.
That's awesome.
Harry.
Willow.
Yeah,
I am uploading the video right now, so you don't have to.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so how did your group went?
I was elected. It was nice. Willow also shared his project that I like a lot. Yeah. And we probably will, or not probably, we will collaborate on this. Like he will help out with the video production and so on, and help with the English videos.
Okay, nice. So
Okay.
a useful election again, I
Okay.
think, for your group.
Definitely.
Nice, very nice to hear. So looking at the live results, well, we are missing consensus in the Peter Valentik Lenny group 4. Otherwise, all the other groups have reached consensus, yes. So in our group, we've had Terry and Jesse Jaff in group 2. And there was also a vote for Trantien Thak. And congratulations for yourself, Sebastian, in your group.
Thanks.
And group 5, we have Nicolas Davoine from EOS Bees, yet again.
Nice. Like Randall wasn't able to join, or?
Well, Randall has been very busy the last few weeks.
I see.
And yeah, not sure he was able to join this time around. Even us at the administrator side of EOS Support, we don't have the chance to see him that often. We do many meetings all the time, we talk on Slack, but he participates in all the meetings from the Antelope Coalition, from many other meetings within the EOS community. I don't know how he manages to do it all. And he also works as a medic, also as always. So really respects for the guy. Building EOS with support and doing all this stuff. But every time we manage to see him here, it's great.
Yeah, I think Dario also missing this time.
Sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah, I think Dario also missing. He's
Yeah,
not there.
Dario didn't manage to make it. Yeah, also. I'm here to animate it instead and make sure we have a good event with all of you.
Yeah, he was in our group. I didn't see him.
Yeah, this thing happened. So that's why we have the consensus mechanism on the EOS side of Respect also. So even if people are missing in the room, people can still vote, make sure we have consensus with just as few as 2 or 3 people. So in the end, we all reached consensus in our breakout rooms very easily. It was a good opportunity to see each other. And oh, we have consensus also in group 4. Nice. And we have Marco Gonzalez yet again.
Great.
He was in a group with and Randall voted for Marco as well. So Randall did manage to vote in the end. Nice. Okay. So we have reached consensus in all the breakout rooms. Nice. So we'll do a quick overview of how the accounting works. Just as soon as maybe just wait a couple of minutes for everyone from the breakout rooms to join again. And we just go over the accounting, just have everyone knows about it. All right. So as you can see, we have started to modify the EOS side of things with EOS Respect website. We have a new tabs coming in with the projects, events, and we'll have an even better website slowly but surely for these elections. Also, there's still work being done with the website, the new website for EOS Support. So we'll have our community hubs there. We'll have the new DApp rating board, the roadmap for EOS, the new donations tool, the merchandise shop for everyone in each community to get some hold of EOS merchandise and spread the love around EOS. So many good things are coming still for EOS Support. And that's why we have these events like here, the Respect elections, to make sure that once a month we see each other again, share on how things are going with EOS Support and EOS Respect. So glad to see again this election going well. At least every group having a consensus on a delegate. Yeah, I wanted to ask Terry how things are going over at the South Korean community of EOS. I guess there's been many good things going on recently. So UOB is going to list the USDT EOS, for example. There's many talks about new people in the South Korean community being able to stake their tokens finally with EOS and vote for them with them. There's still a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
But I guess
still working.
I guess things are going well for the South Korean community of the EOS, at least.
Yeah, right.
All right. And I'll quickly go over the accounting, how it goes again. So if you go to the Monday board for the EOS Respect elections, as always, you have 4 boards. You have the pitches. So for the next elections, if you want to participate again, make sure everyone is knows about your project. You can post your pitch before the elections there, just to make sure that everyone in your room has a chance to read it. If they don't speak good English, that helps a lot. Afterwards, we have the promises, so you don't have to do anything there. We just go over each of the videos with Dario, and we list the promises of everyone, and we put it in the promises board in Monday. There you can just verify that every one of your promises is good. So we didn't miss anything. You can put a comment on the promises if you need to add something or think something is not explained very well. But otherwise, you don't have to do anything on the promises tab. What you can do is put on the accounting. So once you know how you'll be distributing your donations that you received today, you can post in the accounting tab. So create a new line, put in there your project, how you're going to donate, and putting also the links to the transactions if you took back the funds. And that is all. So very simple. All you have to do is go over to the accounting tab, 3rd tab on Monday, and just list your project or list how you will be donating your EOS here today. And if you have any questions, as always, the EOS Respect Elections Slack channel is here. So don't hesitate to post any of your questions here also. All right, we have a collection for Marco.
Yeah, can I talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm willing to support, even if it's just a token amount, to any EOS Support affiliate. But that collection is one of person-to-person conversations, either through meetings or people I've known online. So if you want your project, your Pomelo project, if you submitted one for season 4, I'll add it to there. And when I share that link, people know that I know the person behind the project. You'll see that all those projects are already approved because I've known these people since last season. We got approved last season. So anyway, yeah. Feel free to share that too.
Okay. It's a good initiative. So making sure that people know that at least everyone in your collection you have spoken to, you are building more trust. Kind of like EOS Respect. So we'll be creating a collection also for all the EOS Respect affiliated projects, because just as you've noticed, it's a good way to show transparency and reporting in a single collection, making sure we join all the people together, all the projects that have reported and about being transparent. So that's kind of the same thing that you've done. So making sure in a single collection, we can find all the projects that at least you've vetted yourself. So spoken with the people invested in it. And good initiative. Like it a lot. And I can't wait for all the different people also to create different collections about their specific things that they like, GameFi, the apps, anything. And also regarding specific communities. So if you have knowledge about all the different projects in your communities, Chinese community, South Korean community, you can also create a single collection with all the projects linked to that community. So maybe if someone wants to support a specific community worldwide, to support his own community, maybe you can find already a collection with all the different projects that are being built around this community. So I encourage you all to do one just for that. And I will also want to give a shout out to all the new members that we have at these elections. So welcome Lenny to these first elections for you. Welcome also to Luca Peric, who hasn't been able to come here today. Nova Crypto has always joined Patrick, but it wasn't available here today. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to all the new members. The EOS Respect community is still growing. So glad to see everyone joining and sharing with all the good things that we do here. And welcome Roland also.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Randall.
And yeah, glad to say we've had a successful election yet again. Consensus in all the rooms. Another successful EOS Respect elections. And again, so many more things coming up. So as you've seen, we are still improving the EOS Respect IO website. So we have even more ways to vote together, have an experience together on the website, thanks to a new tab with the projects that will be coming soon, events. We have an even better website for EOS Respect IO. And after that, we also have many improvements coming to the EOS Support website, as always. So be sure to continue spreading love around EOS Support and EOS Respect in the local community chats of EOS. And even more people joining will be better for what we're trying to do here. So having more transparency about the projects on Pomelo, more accountability for them. And as you've seen, election from election, it's very simple to receive funding through EOS Respect. So you can just donate to a specific project on Pomelo, just report on it in the Moide board. And they're very simple. So participate in the elections, receive funding from the people that donate to EOS Respect. And afterwards, you can just report on how you donate and how you keep the promises you made during the elections. You can pay yourself for reporting on the project also. Very simple. And yet again, nice to see a successful election. Let's see. And congratulations to the delegates. we've had Nicola again with the EOSBs. Jesse Jaff has come delegate again in his group. So got to see the EOSBs benefiting from EOS Respect yet again. It's one of the most transparent projects in the EOS community. So always reporting on how things are going, how they receive funding, are spending the funding. So good shout out to the bees. They've made a good update recently to how the swarms work. So even more comments and good comments are made now by the community members of EOSBs on the different tweets that they swarm. So even more quality work from them. Shout out to these ones.
Thank you, Bishop. Thank you for the kind words.
It's not. You're doing excellent work over there at the EOSBs. We can say that often, or enough.
Thank you. Thank you.
And let's see from the delegates that we have also from this time around. So let's see. So Sebastian, we have as a delegate this time around also. So Sebastian is going to do summaries videos about all the different things that we publish on EOS Support. So we do many different articles now. So each week there are 4 articles maybe on different things EOS related made by EOS Support. And Sebastian, who has been elected delegate in his group, will be doing short videos to summarize all the different things that we have at EOS Support in the articles or the guides or different things. So that was his speech for this election. We have Jesse Jaff on group 2, of course. In our group, we have Terry, which will be donating to different projects on Pomelo. And we have Marco, of course, in your own group. You've come already. And Nicola, in yours. So congratulations to everyone, yet again. And so the election, let's see where the timer is at. All right, we're just waiting for the head chief sortition. So in an hour, we'll see who gets sorted as a chief delegate. Again, the chief delegate for EOS Respect doesn't have any particular obligations. Neither does the delegates themselves. The main thing is reporting on how you have donated your funds from EOS Respect. So making sure that the projects that you donate to have also been transparent. So making sure you go on the Monday board and report on how you have donated. That's all. That's the only obligation that you have after receiving funding. Just make sure that how you spend the funding is transparent and how the promises made were held after the elections. And the chief delegate, which will be sorted out by sortition at random afterwards, has no special obligations. One thing he can do is submit proposals for the bylaws of EOS Respect. So if you go over to the notion of EOS Respect, you can find all the bylaws that you agreed to once you joined EOS Respect. Anyone can submit ideas for it, but the chief delegate is especially encouraged to make proposals for the changes in the bylaws if he wants to. For now, we are pretty happy with how the bylaws are, but be welcome to propose any change to the bylaws. We are a single community, all of us. We are all in this together. There's no elected president of us every time. The governance is really organic. So anyone, be free to submit any ideas you have for how to improve EOS Respect, how to improve the bylaws. So be welcome.
If I may.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Since the introduction of Eden and the fractal democracy, I saw it as an opportunity to really connect the delegates with the people that got them to where they were in the process. I don't know how much that's gotten through in the discussions and practically Eden and here. But because we meet one-to-one, we see face-to-face, not accountability, but built-in mechanisms where as me a delegate and having people in my room, having funds, that those funds in some way recognize the people. Like Pomelo, one extra vote could mean a lot. It doesn't mean a lot in funding, but it's, and it may not be much in terms of respect, but at the very least, it's recognition. I find in the American election where Congress have constituents, they have these people in their communities, it just doesn't transpire. They get lost. And people don't even recognize, they don't even know who they write to in Congress. So here, since we meet face to face, we have blockchain, we have the ability to recognize that more than just on a timestamp. So I just throw that out there. With Mello, it shows the power what that can do. And just another network, at least. It's really what my motivation behind the collection. People I know, and then they can share that and say, this is a network of people, and you can reach out to any one of them. And it can be done quickly.
On what you said about delegates being in touch with the people that got them there, yeah, I've seen that happen a lot of times in Eden. I've done that myself once in a while when I was elected delegate. So making sure I reach out to the people that elected me and tell them how things went after the elections, how the funds were spent. And that's even more important here in EOS Respect, because many of us who are elected delegates during the elections at EOS Respect, well, we also reach out to the people that we elected us, because we pledged maybe many times to donate to them as well. So in our group, that's what happened today. Teddy pledged to, elected delegate pledged to donate also part of his funding to the people that got him there, because they also had great projects. So there's even more reason in EOS Respect to reach out and be in touch with the people that elect you, because these people are, well, all of us here mostly have projects that we want to support, and each one of these projects has its own merits. So it's even better to see how much cohesion and sharing we have thanks to EOS Respect. We discover even more projects at random when we are in the groups. We have a chance to see what other people care about, what their own projects, favorite projects are on Pomelo. Maybe they love specific projects in the local communities. So it's a great chance for the people in breakout rooms to discover many different things about EOS Support members and the other EOS Respect members as well. So good chances to discover more projects, donate to a variety of different projects. It's a great opportunity that way. And yeah, giving the voice to anyone who wishes so. If you want to tell us what your favorite projects are on Pomelo for the next season, if you want to just share anything with us, this is your opportunity. Once a month, we see each other. We're very happy to see how things are going on your end. So be welcome to take the stage, tell us how things are going in your community, how you see things going for EOS and EOS Support. Again, for EOS Support, there's many things coming. So we have the new website on the way. We have EOS Respect that's growing strong, adding members to it. And we have the Pomelo Season 4 right now, starting in 2 days for the donations. So that's just EOS Support. What about you?
So, hi everyone. This is Willow talking.
Hi, Willow, with EOS Nigeria.
I might not have a very good connection right now. but I hope. Yeah. So, hello, hello.
Yeah.
Yep.
We hear you.
So, all right. This year I have had in mind to do since when I joined EOS actually, because I've been observing around.
We have some trouble hearing you due to the connection. Oh, disconnected? All right. I'll just give the overall presentation for his project in his stead. So Willow is a member of the Nigerian community. He has pledged now to create the Pomelo Grant EOS Nigeria that he has posted. So yeah, it's very impressive to see that Nigeria is the first country in Africa on crypto, 11th country in the world regarding crypto in general. So we can see on the Pomelo Grant that he'll be translating EOS news to the Nigerian language, providing educational resources and talks on blockchain, crypto, DeFi. Willow is the creator of one of the largest groups of the Nigerian community about crypto in general. So several thousand members are in this group. So very important work he's doing over at the Nigerian community. And yeah, go check out his project on Pomelo, EOS Nigeria. Again, shout out to him. It's a very good thing that he's translating EOS news and providing educational resources for all the people in crypto. That's why we're here. It's to create a better society, better communities with our own control of our own money, more decentralized applications for us to use. So we are all in this together. So everyone in each community. That's why EOS Support was there in the first place. We wanted to support as many communities around the world as possible in their own language, making sure the people that want to help the local communities be more autonomous, have more freedom, thanks to EOS and what we offer, we can do so. Having a place at EOS Support to help each other and yeah, go forth together. So again, go check out EOS Nigeria. Very good initiative from Willow.
So I wanna say something. I think it was last time. I think it was last election that we were talking about derivatives and all these yield that people were giving to crypto users. And we were talking about how if you have a token and you basically convert that token to another token and you are getting a lot of yield, but the money that you are raising, you are not using that money to actually have a meaningful product, right? Basically, you're just hiding the risk, right? And we see that what we're talking about is now out there at the forefront in crypto. And I was doing something. I was actually designing something, and I was thinking through the process that what can EOS do that is so different, or how can EOS accomplish the main thing that crypto was supposed to accomplish, that blockchain was supposed to accomplish, that Bitcoin was supposed to accomplish, right? So we have low-hanging fruits that we don't even think about, in that the most important thing is self-custody. For you to have your own keys, for you to purchase this utility token, which you can use to do a lot of things, build applications, dApp applications, right? The other thing is also for you to be able to transact with value creators, right? So if we value EOS and we are willing to trade in it, and value creators are willing to accept it, then now we have a currency. Pretty much, that's it. So how can we bring that value to EOS, right? That value can be built if we have a lot of value creators like we are doing with EOS Respect. right? You have people who are actually doing something, people with faces who are actually building something that can be meaningful, that can solve a problem, right? And I think this is a low-hanging fruit. I think sometimes we get carried away to do some complicated, complex type of things, but we forget about the basic thing, which is let's create value by having value creators build, whether it's news outlets, projects that allows for someone to spend EOS online, right? These are projects that we can build, and these things can actually bring value, real value, instead of just buying some tokens and hoping for 20–30% yield on the token. And because of that, you put the token in the centralized exchange, and then you get rug pulled, and then people start panicking and saying that blockchain is a scam, right? So a lot of people are missing that point. So I'm hoping EOS Respect, even though we are so small, and I actually like it that we are small, we can continue to learn from the experiment, that the most important thing is to have some sort of project owners who come together and actually vote on things in a decentralized manner, and continue to build the community, continue to fund those communities, and actually create value over time. So then we can experiment with, if one person is actually the one at the top who is making decision, compared to if we have like 50, 60, 70 people picking projects, auditing the project, and funding the project. Okay, is there a big difference, right? Does it matter? Is that the way that society can be built, right? If we can do that, then at least this experiment can be very valuable. I'm a believer that when we have more people involved and more thinking processes, the blockchain is going to be resilient. If it's only one person who's making decisions, I mean, it comes with a lot of issues, and also eventually it can create a big problem, because sometimes when the person makes a mistake, it can affect all of the blockchain. But the blockchain is supposed to be decentralized and resilient. So our goal is to get us motivated so that we can continue doing what we are doing, so that we can really, really make a difference. And the difference is not to prove anything to anybody. The difference is to be resilient. That's one, and also to fulfill the blockchain promise, right? Which is people being on a network, having self-custody, being able to have a voice, and make a difference in society. And I'm hoping that we can do that. I keep mentioning this over and over and over and over again, but that is my goal. That's why I wake up in the morning to do this, to make sure that promise is not lost. Because even though right now we have the ENF does not control the whole EOS network. What they do is they are building software, they are getting awareness and stuff like that. But network, anybody can use it. It's open, right? So how do we make the network resilient? Like, for example, if the ENF does something or they make a mistake, because they have a lot of, I would say, power due to inflation, that can cause a little bit of a panic on the network. But over time, someone else can take over and also do something meaningful, right? So the network doesn't die. I mean, unlike let's say a centralized exchange. A centralized exchange, something happens, the whole exchange is gone, it's done, right? But on the EOS network, the main network, as long as there are block producers producing blocks, anyone can run a business. So we have to be very careful that we don't have one person determining how the network becomes. Because if, for me, let's say, I'm going to give examples. Let's say the ENF or whoever that's going to become the chief of the ENF makes a mistake, that makes me panic. I'm not going to run my business on the network because it's making me panic. And that one person's decision can cost me money and it can cost me time, right? That's the reason why centralization sometimes can be a little bit difficult because the person doesn't know it all. So sometimes they don't even see a future of a multi-million-dollar company that's being built. So they will make a mistake and it will destroy your company or your business. So we need to really hone in on this decentralization. It's very critical because with decentralization, we can have a lot of people building different projects by using their wisdom of the crowd to basically spread funds. Because to me, I don't care about anything else. I always say this, right? If you are in a country, all you care about is currency circulating. So if the currency is circulating, business owners are basically just going to continue to build. But the minute when you have a problem where currency is not circulating, but then you have people making decisions that can make or break a business, it becomes very, very concerning. And that's something that I think EOS Respect over time, people will see that, all right? I know that Eden can do that, but there has to be a voice that started. It has to be like a voice of entry. And then over time, the smart contract has to take over, right? So how do you do that? Who is going to be responsible to put their money on the line, to put their name on the line, to put their invention on the line, their design on the line to build it, right? And I think that's what we are doing here at EOS Respect. Somebody's putting their money on the line. Somebody's putting their time on the line. And you're gonna build this. And hopefully once everything is completed, we just put the product out there. We continue to run elections after elections after elections. And over time, we're gonna market it and we're gonna see what we can do if we can make a difference.
Definitely. Thanks for the summary of the road ahead, Randall, and where we headed as well. So I want to give the voice to Marco next. You want to take the stage?
Yeah, a couple of things Randall said stick out. Enduring the early blockchain mission is a struggle, and it shouldn't be. And centralized exchanges definitely make that. So here, we have a better setup than Eden does. It seems to have a little dissociated. And I wanted to say two things. One, I added the EOS Nigeria Willow project to the collection. If anyone has another project they want added to that collection, and I'll spread that around. So it's a little marketing thing for you. The last thing I'd like to say is, while Randall was speaking, at some point, the idea of how much does it cost to create a smartphone? And I saw about 4 or 5 different projects that are out there. So imagine if you come to EOS, you have a community to help you get your own wallet. You have ways to spend it or to move the value around between people. And at a low cost, through that network, you can get an EOS smartphone that's made the way, out of a kit. I found a kit here. I really see that as a nice future that makes it easy for people who aren't invested or in a lot in crypto, that have other concerns, and that empowers them to use that and makes their device their keys. And like going to the kiosk to get a printed receipt of Bitcoin, the owner's never even seen the keys. Nobody's seen the keys, and that's all verifiable random. Nobody knows. I mean, the owner, they have possession, and the same thing with the smartphone. That's ultimate security. So there's a lot of possibilities, but again, enduring over time. And again, if you want your project added to the collection, please.
Yeah. So thanks to you for making this collection, making sure that everyone has a chance to join it. And yeah, everyone can check it out. Know that at least the projects that you've put in the collections are ones that you've been talking to and that are more transparent. Thank you for that. From the elected delegates, we have Sebastian as well. If you want to do a quick recap of what you've promised for these elections, what are you going to do? Tell us about it.
Yeah, I can share my screen if you would like to see it. It's on Pomelo. Maybe I will just share the link. Basically, I want to do short videos on different how to do articles that we already have on EOS Support, and maybe do like YouTube shorts or something, and then link them to the articles we have on our homepage. So for example, how to what's the best practice with key management, or how to buy and sell NFTs on Atomic Hub, or how to get into new decks and how that works, and like short videos that capture the attention, and then lead the people who watch the videos to our website. I'm not sure on which YouTube channel I will upload them, so it was suggested in my round that we use the already existing EOS EOS Support YouTube channel, where we also do the giveaway shows. So maybe that's an option.
Go ahead. Finish.
And and my pitch right now is just to do them in German and English. I have a friend of mine who's also a YouTuber, and he will help me with the German ones, and Willow offered help with the English ones. So we will make a Telegram group, and let's see how we can manage the idea going forward. So
good. So maybe, yes, we can use the YouTube channel. So Willow, for example, did a video back in the day for how to create an account with Wombat on EOS, and we posted it on our YouTube channel of EOS Support. We have a section dedicated to community created content. So that's one short solution. Yeah, sure. But otherwise, you can also create more accounts on other social medias. TikTok is a great place for crypto right now. It has shorts like for YouTube, very useful. So it's a good opportunity as well to go on as many possible channels as you can.
Exactly.
Okay.
I'll post the link right here in the chat. So that's my pitch on Pomelo.
Good. Tutorials. Data. Okay. And 30 minutes to go for the chief delegate selection. Again. So a quick report on how my project is going as well. I was elected chief delegate the last time. I received funding for what I promised to do, which was to create an infographic on the Antelope IBC. So I didn't present myself for this election because I have not yet spent the funds or completed my project from the last time. We are still gathering information that will be displayed in the infographic. So waiting to have more information on the Antelope IBC, how it will work. The Antelope IBC between the Antelope chains is going to launch in the coming weeks. So in a week or two, we'll have already a full IBC between the Antelope chains. So being able to exchange NFTs, tokens, or information very easily between all the Antelope chains. That is what will enable true and unlimited horizontal scaling. So the chains that work together very well through the IBCs of Antelope will be able to communicate very easily, and so scale and share information much more efficiently. So scaling the network even further. So Antelope will be very good for that. And so I'm still collecting information to create the infographic for that I promised to do at the last election. And still 30 minutes to go for the chief delegates to be elected. Again, this is a good opportunity for anyone once a month to see each other, everyone at EOS Support. So feel free to come on stage, share anything you like regarding EOS or EOS Support. Ask questions also. Very happy to share how things are going at EOS Support while we are planning. Of course, there's the changes to the website, the updates, EOS Respect, we have the new articles, many different things. So feel free to ask away. Any question you may have, this is your opportunity. And there's never a dumb question, ever. So feel free.
Yeah, I am writing an article on comparison between Antelope IBC and Cosmos IBC. And I have got many information about Cosmos IBC, but I got hardly anything about Antelope IBC. I mean, how can I get those information from?
I'll be sending it to you. I've managed to collect many different informations about the Antelope IBC. We are going to learn a lot more about it. That's why I'm waiting too. So once we know in a week or two, so I've seen from the Telegram groups that IBC will be coming in a week or two, we'll be having much more information on that. So I'm still waiting to collect all the information I can, and I'll share with you also what I have, so we can do the articles together.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. And yeah, thank you to all again for coming to the EOS Respect elections. And we'll have the opportunity to see each other next month as well, as every month. It's a nice monthly meeting for all of us here. I love them. And
we have 29 minutes for
a sortition of the chief delegates.
Yeah. So 29 minutes to go. So we've made a lot of progress on respect.io, EOS Respect.io. We have made a lot of progress, but I didn't want to, open the platform yet because there was a couple of things that we want to enhance. So we're waiting to have those optimized and enhanced to make sure that at least, once the platform is open, the user experience will be much better. At least, we have to give the user experience top-notch priority. And then once it's open, we can take some feedback and then we can adjust. But we don't want to just throw it out there when, it's not up to par, right? So, I mean, I think a couple of people have seen it already, and they like it. They like what we are trying to do. So hopefully, we can be able to, open up the platform, and it serves a good purpose for the community.
And so far, the platform has seen some attention, interest from the rest of the community. We have seen Luca Peric, Nova Crypto, many different new people coming to the EOS Respect elections. So good to see that it's taking some steam. Yeah, slowly but surely, we are taking things slow, building the platform as best we can, slowly but surely, and slowly adding new members.
Mm-hmm.
Not doing things too fast. Taking our time building the best accountability tool that EOS may have.
So the one thing that I like about EOS Respect in that the way that we are tooling this out, it will make it easier to just sign up. Right, to sign up is going to be much easier. You just click sign up, add your email so you can get notifications, and it will get rid of a lot of things. So people can just come vote and they can actually go home if they want to. And those who want to stick around and have a little bit of a community time bonding, they can do that as well if they wish to do so. And we are putting in things that will allow for members who want to invite people, but EOS Support has to be there. They have to be there to be witnesses. It's going to be mandatory that you have to get an EOS Support member who will vouch for the person who's coming in and help with the know your community part of it. That's something that I saw that it was lacking in the recent Eden OS, because you can't just have anyone just invite someone, right? You need to have someone who knows about the system and someone who knows how to, double check to make sure that, okay, this person is actually indeed who they say they are. And then once we verify you, we know that is you, right? And that's why we need EOS Support agents to be part of the know your community member process. And it's key, actually. That's why people don't know how powerful EOS Support is. There's a reason why I actually did that first. I did that first because for a person who starts businesses, it's one of the key things in any business. So I thought about it, that if you start a business where you cannot be able to have some sort of like members who are so good at providing some sort of customer support, it's going to be difficult for you to move forward. And that's one of the things that blockchain is experiencing right now at this point in time, because it's so new, people don't know what's going on. And people are joining and hopping onto the bandwagon not knowing, right? And they give a lot of money, I mean, millions and millions of dollars to centralized exchanges, and people are using Excel sheets on the back end, right? People, that's why, I don't know if you guys remember, when I was in the Eden channel, the main Eden channel, I used to always say this to the group: what is the point of putting stuff on an Excel sheets if it's not on a smart contract? Because if it's not on a smart contract, it doesn't count. I used to tell them that, they didn't get it. And I don't think they still got that point that I was trying to make. Because when you're putting something on an Excel sheet, it doesn't matter, because that means that that thing cannot scale, especially when you are trying to build on something that brought all of us together. I didn't get up in the morning to come and meet Sebastian. I didn't know who Sebastian is, and I wouldn't talk to Sebastian. If it's in the traditional world, right, it's going to be like, who is Sebastian? I don't know him, right? The reason why we are here is because there was something called blockchain, which I thought it has a potential to change the world or change the way that we, as a society, we communicate, and to bring some sort of transparency. So because of that, I joined the EOS community. So if I go to a place where people are using Excel sheets, I'm like, dude, then what the hell am I here for? So we as the people, we are not ready for what blockchain has to provide. We are not, because we always want to do things in the way that favors us, right? And then when someone starts doing that same thing, we have an excuse for why it should be done differently, because it doesn't favor us. But we forget that we are accomplices of whatever that's going on, right? So I feel like the blockchain has to do the talking. The blockchain has to do the talking. It shouldn't be the Excel sheets doing the talking. We EOS Support, we have a lot of things that is not on chain, but it doesn't matter, because we are just trying to provide how-to articles. It doesn't have to be on chain. We can train someone so they understand what EOS is about, and then get an account. Just by getting an account and sending a transaction, we've done our part. That's it. We've done our part. Just by understanding that, hey, dude, don't put your money on an exchange, we've done our part. We can't force the person, right? We've done our part. And now that we've been able to do majority of that work, we are transitioning to trying to build a community where now EOS Support helps. EOS Support helps build a community of group of guys using the blockchain to accomplish something. And that's going to be very key, because a lot of people cannot do what we are doing because they don't have EOS Support. So those people who are actually tapping into EOS Support to fix problems, they will be very successful, because you are going to need that decentralized online support where individuals from around the world can tell you about the blockchain, the reason why FTX was able to get away with what they got away with, right? They got away with it because of decentralization, guys. I'm telling the truth. That's what happened. A lot of people, like Black One, was able to rug pull the community because of decentralization, right? Because it's majority of the people, they are new people, they don't know what's going on. They think, like somebody just come into EOS today, they don't know what's going on. So they just come in, they just give money because they've heard about this. They probably don't have the right information. And in the power of decentralization, someone who's a con artist tricks the people and they take the money. Think about that for a second, right? So decentralization has a power, but at the same time, it also has a big flaw. So how do we fix it so that it actually does what it's supposed to do? Decentralization has to be on chain, so that the new people who are coming, they can actually confirm what has happened before. And FTX, they had an Excel sheet. Can you believe that? Excel sheet, keeping billions of dollars on an Excel sheet. Someone can erase the stuff. But then they talk about blockchain is bad. Well, blockchain is not bad because you are using an Excel sheet, right? It's crazy how that works. So our goal is to really try to find a way where we build this experiment and we will put the product out there. A lot of people don't see greatness, by the way. When greatness starts, a lot of people don't see it because they give up easily. Right? So it takes only key individuals who are very resilient and people who are very thoughtful, who knows where they are going, so they don't give up easily. Those are the ones who actually make big impacts in society. Those are the ones who actually build great things in society. I know that sometimes it's tough. It's like, what are we doing? Right? We are building something that a lot of people don't see. I'm very, 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 very confident in what we are putting out there. And if it actually ends up becoming what I'm thinking it's going to become, we are going to get great minds. And those great minds, even if we have 10 great minds, oh man, we're going to make a big change in how the network operates, because you have 10, let me put it like this. If you have 10 Yves LaRose, okay, making decisions is better than one Yves LaRose. I'm telling you, that is just the reality. Because I know this for a fact. The reason why when you have a company, you always have meetings is because you don't have all the knowledge, and people forget that the return of investment a lot of times in today's society is the person with the knowledge. That's the return of investment. So sometimes you fire the engineer who is actually building the system, and then you find out that you don't have a company because the person is gone. All right. So we need to build this. We need to have that faith, the resiliency, the accountability, and all that great things, and build a blockchain with KYCs that can actually do this. Man, I'm so pumped if we can do that. So that's it for my rant, man. I went on one of my rants.
Yeah, well said. I like it.
Yeah, it's always good to see where we are. Always know what we're for, what we are striving for as a community, and for everyone's benefit. More autonomy, more decentralization, but good one. an accountable one, and what blockchain can offer every one of us. What we're here for. Thank you for that. And 15 minutes to go for the chief delegate selected. So this time around, we have Sebastian again with the summary videos, everything EOS support related. Rajin Tere giving to different projects, just Jeff of the Bees, along with Nicolas Davoine and Marco, of course. So 15 minutes to go after to see who gets chosen as chief delegate. And again, anyone is welcome to take the stage. It's a great opportunity once a month we have to share all different things going on at EOS in our local communities around the world. So don't hesitate, anytime. Jump on the mic.
Oh, I have a thing to ask. So we are trying to work on getting, let's say, followers for most of our social media handles, because we want to now start pushing our content to many people around the world, just, educational, right? So I wanted to know, how can we be able to do that? Because I know that for the French community, we have only like 50 followers for EOS support. For EOS Respect, it's all in English, so that one we don't have to worry about that. But how can we get, people to start to follow us so that once we post information, they can read them, so that they will have like knowledge about, the blockchain, about EOS, about why we think it's important that we start to understand the self-custody, the importance of self-custody, those kind of things, right? How do we build that followers and stuff like that? Because I'm not a marketer, so it's when it comes down to that, I'm not very good at that at all. So it's either we hire a marketer who's gonna break the bank, right? Or we try to do it self-organically, find ways to, do giveaways, build communities, and continue to improve the Twitter followers,
Yeah, the way we've been doing it now, so we have Veronica, for example, that will be distributing our content to different groups. Each community in the world, one of the good things we could do is still keep counting on our support agents, on the people from EOS Support. They need to know how their crypto communities work in their country. And what they can do is go look for the crypto groups that are specific to their language. So here in France, for example, we have many different groups across all social medias that are specialized in crypto. They're based on very particular ways and places sometimes. Here in France, for example, we have videogames.fr, which is a very famous website here in France, and that hosts many different forums for everyone to participate in. So also forums dedicated to sport and many things, but also crypto. So you have to be French and part of the French community to know that, yes, there's a huge community right there on this website that you might not suppose it would have otherwise. So I would encourage everyone to go look for the places where crypto flourishes in their own language and communities worldwide. Once that is done, they can list all the different groups together. What I've started doing, for example, is starting to reach out to those groups afterwards. You never want to just go there and spam your content. The goal is to build good relationships with your crypto groups and communities, be transparent about what we're trying to do here, what EOS Support is about, being transparent, being here to help others as a public good, to understand better the EOS network, what it has to offer. So reaching out to these crypto communities, first listing them, reaching out to them, and starting to build a relationship with their moderators. And afterwards, once that is done, you can then, yes, start publishing the translations that we do directly on their forum if they agree to. So this is a good way to start that anyone can do. Afterwards, There's many marketing techniques, of course. We can do specialized targeted campaigns on Twitter, on Facebook, on many different social medias, targeting specifically different languages for you. So this will be done, on the other hand, with our language leaders, for example, them translating our tweets, marketing campaigns, and then we do the job of spending the funds, for example, to target the specific language for spreading specific information in their local communities. That's another way to do it. Afterwards, just like Sebastian has done here, we can spend even more time spreading video contents. So him doing summaries of all the different guides, for example. We need more people like that, producing content, doing short videos about EOS, what's been the latest news about EOS, how to create an account very easily, just like Willows did back in the day with Wombat. There's many different ways to help, but with marketing, listing your different communities, etc.
Yeah, I would say if we just have put our presence out there, and the crypto winter will eventually end, and if we don't know when, but if we are getting ourselves out there in the present and are available, as soon as the crypto market starts to pick up again, yeah, we are there, so to pick them up.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's like long term. I'm not a marketer as well, so I don't know if Jesse's back, but maybe he has some ideas.
He isn't back yet. We wish to have his opinion on that matter. But yeah, the basic thing is you don't necessarily have to be a marketer or do marketing. I did 5 years of marketing studies as a master's degree here in France. Most of what they tell you is just how to bullshit people, how to make them believe something, how to sell something. You've all seen maybe The Wall of Wall Street, how to sell me this pair, and you'll go about rounds about you just want to convince people of what is good for them. That's not the way to go. That's never what I liked. What you only need to know is how to be passionate about something. You're passionate about what we're doing here. You're passionate about what we're trying to achieve, how to give more autonomy, how to give more transparency, how to achieve true freedom for every one of us in a safe manner. Just be passionate about the things you care about. You'll definitely manage to make other people passionate in return. That's the only way to go. So reach out there to the crypto groups in your local communities, in India, in China, in Korea, etc. Reach out to as many people as you can and just speak to them from the heart what you love about this community, what you love about what we're trying to do here, because it's all for the better. And they'll see that too, if you're true and honest with them.
So I think, Bishop, you bring up a great point. The reason why, for me, I love to come on here and I love to put my efforts into what we are doing is because of the reason, right? The reason itself that society cannot be like this. It cannot be a world full of centralization, a world full of misinformation, a world where those who are working hard are the ones who are actually not getting what they deserve. It has to be a better world. So how do we make it a better world? Blockchain seems to be a bit of the solution. It's not like I'm on the other end of this whole thing. Actually, I don't have to. I'm not on the worst end. I'm actually on a better end, actually, to be honest with you. But I know that for a person who deals with people and who takes care of people, which is my main thing, humanity has to matter. So if humanity matters, then the corrupted system or the corrupted banking system cannot continue to do what they do. We have to find a better way. You see, that's how my thought process is. So if that's the case, then what can we do, right? The first thing is we have to have a ledger which allows us to see what happens when someone is doing a transaction, right? It's so big. It's bigger than I actually thought about in the beginning. I'm like, wow. So this ledger allows us to be able to trace transaction, and for me to do a transaction with someone that I don't know, and for it to go through, I can send them something and nobody can stop me from doing that. That in itself is like a freedom that a lot of people have not thought about. Because I remember I was doing a business with a guy in Kolkata, and I couldn't send funds to the guy because the amount of money that I was sending to the guy was over a certain amount. And the government actually blocked all my accounts. And I've done nothing, right? So I'm like, man, this is very inconvenient. So with this technology, it's like, okay, this is another means of getting people to actually be free to transact and to communicate, right? So that in itself was enough for me. I don't need anything else. I don't need transaction speed of 0.1 seconds per, no, I don't care about that. The fact that you can do that was so huge. Like send information from one area to another part, and the ledger is open. I was like, man, this is huge. And I became a big fan of blockchain ever since, right? And we are just adding on top of that. So that passion, it's like when I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, no, dude, I don't need a bank to send a transaction to someone, right? But how do I get everyone to accept my transaction? That's where we at. Okay, I always say this, the citizens of a country is part of their corruption. They don't know that. If you are a citizen in a country and you are always voting wrongly, you are part of the problem, man. Because if the citizens are not willing to accept the new form of government, it doesn't matter, right? So the citizens have to, first of all, say that, hey, we don't want this. We have to change this system. And that's the same thing that's happening in the world. Like, how can I get someone to say that, okay, Bitcoin is the way that we are going to transact? How can I get someone to say that EOS, I will accept your EOS and I will provide a value for you? That's how economies are created. So the citizens themselves, we are a problem. So we have to start to educate ourselves and be passionate about it, that this thing actually is a breakthrough, and it gives us some sort of freedom that we have not seen in a while. It gets rid of me putting my money in the bank and the bank telling me that I can only withdraw only $1,000. If I'm trying to withdraw $2,000, it's a no, even though it's my own money. How do we get rid of that, right? And so we have this ledger, but then people go back to the same thing. We want institutions. We want central exchanges because I cannot store my keys. So they are going back to the same nonsense. And that's where the problem is right now. So the passion for me, all my friends who actually like blockchain, even though they are skeptical, they know that the underlying technology is amazing because it gives people a voice. It gives them the ability to transact, to communicate, and to be free from a central entity, because that entity, eventually what they do is they block you from being able to transact and to have a voice, right? So for blockchain, how can we make it work is to make sure that we understand that fundamental problem and to deal with it. So that passion is what makes me sell crypto to others. It's not because I'm trying to sell a token, honestly. It's because I feel like the technology, if the people can buy into it, and the people will start to transact in EOS because they feel like, okay, I can send 5,000 EOS to someone, and the person who's, let's say, building something for me or who's selling a car would take that EOS, then I can get the car, and then we can actually make this have value, right? But if everyone, and I'm saying everyone, is not accepting EOS, then EOS is garbage, pretty much, point blank. Then nobody will care about EOS. The reason why Bitcoin is because people accept it as a value, that, hey, I can accept this and I can give you my car. right? Or I'll give you my house, right? So now you are trading basically. And then the government can keep fighting, but over time, it will become something that the people will make it work because the people will change the minds of the power that be. Yeah. Marco, sorry.
Hey, I know the chief delegate is time is coming down, but I just throw this out there, rolling off of what you said. The SWIFT network, if no one's heard about that, is like a credit ledger. It's the way Asia and South America have fought it over time because of fees and things like that, and to they sought to be independent. It's just so big, and how big is it? Is $5 trillion daily, and really all it is an information hub of how the value is exchanged. Now, that's not open, of course. So $5 trillion daily are transactions going around that an open source, a decentralized blockchain, distributed blockchain better, can take advantage of. And it's there. And like Randall said, it's there for people to take right now. It's just a matter of accepting it. I know a few cards that are looking to bring in crypto into them, but I believe all of them are still tied to the SWIFT network in some way, whether it be MasterCard or Visa or whatever. But the reason why it's such a big deal is because that information system means it feeds. So if you have you don't have $5 trillion times 365 for a global GDP, but if you have money exchanging, the same money exchanging, moving back and forth several times a day, and a fees attached each time to them, that's the kind of money we're talking about. But you don't even need to, once you have that money, then you can leverage that money, and you never even have to take possession of it to start benefiting from it. And the whole thing is, it's an information system, and it's a closed network where where it bridges together the world. That whole, not just nations, but regions have tried to grow independent of it. I believe we have the power now in blockchain. It's just a matter of getting enough momentum to do it. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're dealing with. I mean, it's just, that's waste. At the end of the day, whether it's by intention or not, the momentum of the SWIFT network is just so, to stop it is just, would probably be such a hard thing. So even if the people at the top wanted to do good, it's just so much an effort. We need individuals taking ownership of their keys to just show that it's possible. I don't think a lot of people even believe it's possible.
Thanks. And so, yes, indeed, we have our chief delegate, which is Nicolas Davoine, a representative from the EOSBs. So him and Jesse have, again, been elected delegates this time around. And congratulations to them. They've been doing excellent work recently, doing updates to the EOSB swarms. Even more people are participating each time, but they're participating to do so in an even more quality time manner. So they're doing good comments now, not only tweeting, retweeting, liking the tweets, but also making sure that they're educated about blockchain and EOS in general. So they have the ability to post even better comments, responding to the FUD about EOS, etc. So really good shout out to Nicola and Jesse in particular, who is also doing weekly meetings now to specially educate its members of EOSBs about crypto in general. And that will make them even better representative of EOS in the future. So yeah, shout out to Nicola and to Jesse as well from EOSBs.
That's awesome.
And again, as a quick recap for everyone elected delegate today for the recording, all you have to do is go over to our Monday board and go over to the accounting tab, and there you can report, create a new line for what you've done with your funds. So if you received funding at the last elections, or if you received some this time around, just go there at the accounting tab and create a new tab for your project. And there you can report on how you've received your funds and donated your EOS to the projects. We'll list ourselves the promises. So we'll go over the videos and list all the promises from the delegates on the Monday board. That's one thing we do ourselves. And all you have to do is go check that everything is right. So if you see anything that's wrong with the promises you said, etc., you can go there and tell us about it. And that is all. Very simple. And again, congrats to Nicolas.
Yeah, congrats.
He's actually a French member from the community, and I might see him on Friday. We're meeting together with other French community members to see where we're going, how things are going with the French community, what we can do better.
Right.
I'll be seeing him live very shortly. First time I'll be meeting him in person, I think. All right. So again, if any one of you wants to jump in, have final last words about this new election of EOS Respect, or anything EOS Support or EOS related, you're welcome to do so.
What I really like, what has been said, is like the technology is more or less ready. You know, we are there. It's working, but normal people, they are afraid. They have fear. They have fear of losing their keys. They have fear of the system breaking down. They have fear that it's too complicated to handle, and that's where we come in. And I think as soon as we are able to implement also, like for example, like what Sebastian is proposing, no, like take the people, talk to them where they are, like for example on TikTok, and they have huge audiences there. Short clips where people can see, okay, it really works. You show examples of how you transfer, for example, from one people to another, from one person to another, stuff like this, like simple clips, short clips, because as Willow said before, like most of his community people there, they are not reading like tutorials that long, no? So many people don't have the time, maybe also. That's why I also create the audiobook of More Equal Animals at the moment. So I created in small clips. People can listen to them 8 to 10 minutes. And I think this is the way to go, like really try to understand the people's needs and come in right there. And then they can start building up knowledge. But at first, take away the fear, show them that it's working, show them that people are using it, and make it sexy, make it cool, make it nice, make it the thing, like take responsibility for your own life, for your own money. And that's, I think, the message we should send out there, no? And show the people that it's working and everybody can do it, and that it's simple. And I think with the new platform, hopefully this is going to be way easier, no? So I'm really happy and glad to hear what everybody is doing here. Also, Jesse, he was in my group. He was talking about these new commenting swarms and what magic happened there. Like bots were attracted to the comments as well because they saw it's viral, and they spammed some stuff, but it's fine. Like more engagement, no? And there is also a backwards learning curve for the people who do the swarms, as you said before, Bishop. So educate people about blockchain and maybe also get them as content creators in the future. Make TikTok videos, stuff like this. Know what they do every day. So also build a platform for this. No, always connected with us, like making sure that everything is right and accountable. But I think we're on a good position now.
Yeah, Marcus, you bring up a great point, and the reason why that point is so crucial is that, you know, before you can jump into education, you have to have a curriculum, right? So you are absolutely right in that we now have something. We have some content that we can share, right? So before we didn't have the content to begin with. We had to, work on it. And now that we have the content, it's much easier for us to now go into the mode of, all right, guys, let's find avenues to spread it. Also, now we have a way that we can continue to build on the content and to update it. We have a system in place, which for now is working very well. So I think you are absolutely right. This is the time that we start to think about the ways to get to our audience, our target audience, okay? And try to share what we've built over time with them, to educate them, to take over their own lives. Because if you have one person, I always say this, and I will keep saying it, I don't care. If you have one person as your leader, whether it's through democracy of representation, and that person becomes a leader, and he can change his mind at any time, and he has the military behind him, and he changes his mind, you are screwed. I'm telling you, I keep telling people that they think it's a joke. Okay, the reason why I use that example is because people think that because they have a delegate, okay, if the delegate is automatically picked, everything is going to be all like fair, equal, beautiful. It's not true. Because me, I deal with humans, I deal with people. And people change their minds at any time. And sometimes they also become mentally ill at any point in time. So the reason why I like what we are doing at EOS Respect is that you can go to a meeting, elect someone, but every month we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again and again so that the bad actors, we can see who they are. And then, once we are able to do the first step, what we are doing now, the platform comes out, we are going to start building dispute resolution so that we can remove some people from the community, right? So the bad actors will be removed and we continue to improve, right? But the belief that one person becomes the key and that person says one thing and everybody, it affects everybody. Let me use the word affects. It affects everybody. It's not always good. It's not always true, right? So there are situations that a person becomes the founder, right? So if we are starting a company, the person who is very good at, let's say, starting companies and doing certain things cannot be replaced by the person who's very good at project management. And that project manager cannot be replaced by, let's say, the financial person, right? You can't do that because each person is good at some certain things. So you start that company, but there has to be a way that you guys can reach decisions, right? So how do you do that? Blockchain allows us to do that on this voting kind of thing. A referendum allows us to do that. If you have a political system where you have to elect a president, so you are telling me that once you elect that president can actually send everyone to war because he feels like it? Because he feels like, well, it's a mandate, they voted for me. So guys, get all your young men and I'm gonna go commit, I'm gonna go let them commit a suicide because I feel like, well, I wanna go to some war. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy when you think about that. So how do you balance that? The only way you balance that is to have these kind of like systems in place where individuals can meet in a group, small groups, pick who their delegate is, have some sort of relationship with that delegate, and it has to be more frequent. That every month or so, we meet again, we talk about things, and then we vote on it. I mean, it doesn't have to be on, let's say, even a big political platform, but even if you can do this in many organizations, it changes the ball game. It changes the ball game because it will allow for organizations that does not even change positions. Like, let's say EOS Support, for example. I'm going to be very honest. EOS Support, for example, I'm there. I founded it. I have ways that I want us to move, right? Bishop is communications. He's very good at what he does. I can't do what he does in terms of like communicating and going around and spreading the word. There's a reason why we chose him, because he's very good at that. And then we have Dario, who's very good at what he does. Then we have the writers. Each person writes and they are good at what they do, right? So we have that system in place where everyone has their role that we are playing. But how do we make decisions? Right? We make decisions because we meet, we talk. And then based on the talking that we are having, or the conversation we are having, we can decide if the path that we are moving forward is good or not. So overall, the system that we are building is going to help us eventually where we can vote on things, right? So it's like, let's put a vote up. Sometimes we just agree just like that. You just look at the article and people will vote, they like it, they like it. Somebody will be like, no, I don't like it. Why don't you like it? They will give their reason. Okay, you know, we didn't think about this. Now let's drop this. But how can we do it on chain eventually so that everybody sees this? And that's what EOS Support is going to bring out, where everything we vote on, and it's going to be on chain for the whole community. Anybody can actually do it. We're going to charge a little bit of a fee so that people don't spam. That's something that we're going to bring to the forefront, right? And over time, it will become a way that organizations can run. You don't have to use it often, but you want to know what people are thinking, because sometimes it can affect how you think and how you make decisions. Because one person cannot, and I repeat, one person cannot be in power for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years without being corrupted or without feeling invincible, where they feel like, man, I can do whatever the heck I want. The people are stupid. They're not going to do anything to me. Or I have the military. I will use that to beat them up. Like, I feel sorry for humanity, because the people actually were the ones who paid for the military. And then someone goes into power and use the military to abuse them. And they can't say their mind. They can't speak their mind. And they oppress them. It's just, it baffles me. But anyway, I don't want to go on one of my long tangents. But we have to really, I don't know what tomorrow brings, but we have to just continue to pursue this experiment. And I know that there's a lot of dedication into it. I'm hoping that one day, someday, we will be in a great position for me to, talk to the power that be right now, right? We are doing the same thing that we've been doing in the real world again. The power that be right now, that, hey, you know what, guys, the power that be, we need this experiment to be funded, and we need this experiment to carry forward. All right. If the answer becomes no, we have to continue to build the grassroots, and we have to continue to find ways to get funds and to continue this thing. It's not going to be easy, but that's how we will probably have to do it. But I think so far, the people that I've spoken to, they all like to see a successful system, decentralized system, right? So I think over time, people will fund this, and because this is not for me, to be honest with you. People who will feel like this is for me, they're crazy. This is not for me, man. It's for the community. All right. But somebody has to take charge and take hold of it to make sure that we are able to build it. And so we will do that, and hopefully it will make sense.
Definitely. Yeah. Good to see everyone each month here at EOS Respect, making sure that we are on the same page, and glad to see we are on what we're trying to achieve here. So
yeah. It's not easy, Bishop. It's not easy. I know that you work very hard. Don't give up. Keep going strong. All the guys here, everybody keep going strong. We don't know what tomorrow brings, but I'm pretty sure if we all came here because of blockchain, we will make a difference. If we don't, then at that point, I don't know. Then we are doomed. You watch. I'm being 100%. Like, if we don't make blockchain work, society's in trouble. Yeah, I mean, sorry that I sound so skeptical and cynical, but how would you verify an information? How would you have your freedom to send your own hard-earned money on a digital platform without someone censoring you? Think about that for a second.
Big Brother will take care of that. Don't worry. That's what they propose to you, no? They say, hey, chill, man, everything in our hands. We create our own digital currencies, like happening now in Europe. I just read the newspapers, like so many entities are working on different styles, but in the end it's centralized, and people don't know yet the danger of that, no, in the future, if everything becomes super controlled and by one entity, one small entity. This is dangerous. But
so dangerous. Think about FTX. They literally, like, FTX has to be the example of where we are trying to not go, right? I'm using two negatives. Where we are trying to not go is what they did. You cannot just issue a token. The token has to be decentralized, and people have to be able to verify the information on chain. But these guys issued a token. Nobody knows what is backing the asset. And this guy, the whole time, they had like what, $600,000? But evaluation of what, 4 billion or something, some crazy numbers being thrown out there. This is crazy. So imagine if you have a centralized government printing money. And this time it's even easier, right? They would just go on the computer and just go to the smart contract and print more money. What is going to happen? Everything's going to go to shit. I mean, the United States, they have all these institutions to verify GDP and subjectively see how much unemployment is, see how the economy is doing, and use that to actually manipulate the market, right? To either increase interest rate or not increase interest rate, to allow for inflation to continue to go up or not, right? There are people who are actually doing this. And look at how crazy it is. Inflation is like crazy. So imagine if now people can literally just go on the computer. The president can go on the computer and just print some damn tokens with a smart contract. What is about to happen? Like a centralized entity can just issue funds. And that's why I always say that we have to be careful what we do on EOS. And I don't want to raise eyebrows and just become like toxic, because there are ways that you actually approach problems. You don't want to be, oh, I'm not scared of anybody. I have thick skin. So you always say, you always attack people. You have to be careful. There are ways to always approach a problem, right? And one of the key things is sometimes you actually allow for the problem to come up, and then you be like, hey guys, you see, this is the reason why we have to be careful, right? And I would say this about EOS, we have to be careful how we, push the lever up and down, because sometimes it can erode the confidence of a community and a society. Okay, me, I deal with people, so I know that. It's like, let's say, Marco, forget about technology, forget about designing technology and coding and all that. Forget about every one of those. Let's talk about humanity. Marco and Marcus and Bishop, let's say if you come to me and let's say you're not feeling too well and I'm about to give you a medication and I give you something, but then I'm like, I'm not even sure about this. Let me just give you this one. Oh, I'm not sure about this. Let me give you this. I'm so sorry. But, oh, okay. Do you know what is going to happen? You're going to leave the room and you're never going to come back.
So I got a story. You got to hear it.
Go ahead.
All right. So back on for my master's in aviation, I wanted to connect blockchain to it because I saw all the airline rewards and traveling and all that, and international lines, and all the headaches. You won't believe what goes on there just trying to fly across Europe. Blockchain is a solution. And I looked and I just couldn't find it. There was no There's no research, there's no real effort, any type of decentralized blockchain. One of the earliest adopters was medical research. That's what I actually did find. I changed my thing, but I looked up that, and that was among, I believe, the top first 3 industries. And maybe just for that reason, and we said is we need to know. We need to know what we're giving people. That's an immediate need. And it kind of sucks that it's got to come to that point, that life or death breaking point. It's not vision, but even in aviation, regulations don't change until after an accident. That's proven time and time again. So, I mean, again, it sucks, but if we could make it trendy in a way that it becomes a social thing, a popular thing to do, that's much better than have to worry about the need of anyway.
Well, thanks for sharing that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a interesting perspective. I like that as well. I think we are heading the right direction on EOS. At least we are trying. That one is for a fact, right? At least we are trying. But my thing is we have to be careful not to be too extreme. We have to try to find a balance, right? So I'm always trying to do my part. That as EOS support, we have to always be neutral, communicate well, and try to bridge all stakeholders as much as we can, right? But also EOS support, we have to also be careful in ourselves in that we don't want to make it seem like we are also trying to take up an agenda. That's why I try to always be as neutral as possible, because we don't have an agenda. Our agenda should be, we just want to promote articles so that we can educate the masses out there, especially the EOS community members. That's our agenda. That's our goal. Anything else, I really don't care for. In the process of actually trying to educate the masses, because we are providing some sort of value, some people are going to make it and also benefit from it. I really see that. That's how society is. So I know that if this goes well, especially those who are very hardworking and who are providing the most value, they will find a niche and they will go on and eventually do amazing things with this whole thing. How amazing, I don't know. It's all dependent on how the network does and how much money comes into it and all that stuff. My goal, and I always tell Dario, is that my goal is to make sure that I empower the guys that I started this with, because they have a vision and they have faith. And every time when you have a group of people who have faith and they believe in things, you want to carry them to the water. And once they get to the water, they can, just change their own lives, whether they want to drink it or they want to use it for a shower, whatever the heck they want to use the water for, right? But at the end of the day, I know for a fact that I have some talents here with me. So we're gonna work hard in the process of making changes. We are going to stumble onto something amazing. And some of us will even leave. I'm going to be honest, in a positive way. Some of us will leave and start their own communities and do their own thing, which is a good thing. And some people will start their own school of educating communities the way that they see fit, which is also great. Okay, that's decentralization at its best. But overall, the goal is to keep going. And I would never let anybody cheat our hard work. That's one thing I'm actually, I'm very cognizant of it. Me, it doesn't matter. If I make even 1 billion today from EOS support, or 1 billion or 2 billion, tomorrow, if somebody needs our services, I will let them know that, listen, bring 2 billion again, because that's how society works. That one is business. That part is business. Okay. Why do I do that? Because when you don't put value to what you do, people will take it for granted. They will not even see the importance of what you are doing, right? So that's the only reason why I will always push. I will always push that. Sometimes I'm a very hard negotiator for EOS support because of that. Because at the end of the day, there are people who are providing some value. I have to also put value on what they are providing.